Hello and welcome to Yuzu View. This is the release of the bonsai video. They finally come out of their winter hiding spot. If you didn't watch it, there's a previous video about how I took care of them over the winter this time. I tried something new for me. It's not a new invention. Other people have done it, but it was new for me and it worked. I do a whole video about it and talk about what was good, what the bad parts of it might be, and also what I've done previous to that worked and didn't work and why. So you should check that out if you haven't already. But welcome to the release video. So, good example here. This little guy. This is the next step. So once they're out, first off, you're going to want to pick spots where you think they're going to be happiest. Some of the plants, like this guy, want a lot of, they don't mind strong sun landing on them. Some of them want a little bit more control. So what you want to think about if you're going to have a display area like this one is trying to have one that can handle all the different kinds of bonsai you might end up with. So you want a more full sun area, you're going to want a kind of middle, and then a less, maybe more like almost shade area, because it's rare, but there are a few bonsai that really do prefer less and less and less sun. But this guy likes the sun. So as a good example though, he's filthy, needs to be cleaned up, so cleaning the pot will be an important step. Cleaning out this because there's leftovers from what I had it buried in to protect it over the winter. I don't want any of that in here now. You're going to want to replace the medium that has been lost over the winter due to rain or snow or watering or wind or whatever else. You're going to want to clean up anything that's actually dead, but remember to wait. Don't be in a big rush because some things, they look dead and then all of a sudden they start popping out leaves. So don't be in a big rush, but I know these are dead. They were dead before I put it away for the winter. And then check the wiring. You do not want the tree to grow into the wiring. So there's a lot of little steps for every single one of your bonsai. If you got one or two, great. If you got, a bunch, then it's a lot of work. It's going to take some time, but it's worth it. You don't want somebody to come out to your bonsai garden and see nasty, dirty pots and this mess here. There's so many roots showing. I really got to protect it more, put some more stuff on, maybe put some moss on it to give it a nice look. I don't know, we'll see. And then of course the wiring, it's important to try and control where he's growing, but I also don't want to do damage to him by not paying attention. All right, and then the next thing, it's spring, needs energy, there's not a lot in here. It's going to be for me, I like slow release granular fertilizer, so I'm going to add that to it. And then you just add it every few weeks to a month or so, whatever. It depends on which fertilizer and the size and all that. But I prefer that, but you can also use liquid and things like that. Depends on what works for you, what you've seen. For me, I like the granular. It works really well. And it means that I can just walk out, sprinkle it on a bunch of them, and then that's it for weeks, and then come back. So, but there you go. So this little dude's got his own story. I'm going to make a video about him when I do the cleanup, so I'll do a whole video about just him because he's got a story that I kind of branched into for the winter previous video. So, he's had a rough time, but he's recovered very nicely, so it's also a positive story. So there you go. Say hello to your fans. All right? So I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to be doing some very specific stuff coming up, so let me put this out of the way. So I've got a video about him. I got a video about this guy. This is right now a plant in a pot I want to turn into a bonsai. So there's going to be a lot of work because he's got roots coming out down here, which means there's a lot to try and clean up. I got a lot right now. It's a shrub, and I want to turn it into a tree. So we're going to try and clean that up, and I'll make a whole video about how to get this guy going. And it may be a fail video. I may make a mistake. I may cut the wrong thing and not be happy. It could happen. So be there. Watch my mistakes. It's a lot of fun. And I will also be making a video on these guys. These are my ginkgo. I got these seeds as a gift from a temple, a Buddhist temple, when I was traveling around Japan. 2 of them came up. I still have a bunch more that I'm going to try, but I have to see what to do with these this year because they definitely need to be in a bigger pot. And I may or may not separate them. I have to take a look at how connected they are, and if I can get them in a big enough pot, it won't matter. My plan may be to try and make a little mini forest bonsai design out of them, so we'll see. But there'll be a video about these guys as well, but they've done very well. They've got beautiful green buds popping out, so they survived as well. Ginkgo are awesome. They're a really good place to start, honestly. And then there's my bigger ginkgo back there, and he's doing great. Yeah, got a lot of stuff to go through, but that's the future. So video about that little dude, video about making him into an actual bonsai, not a plant in a pot, video about those ginkgo. They are pre-produced pre-bonsai. So that's more like a just, man, way years from now, beginning plans. So I hope to see you. Hope you enjoyed Yuzu View today, and I'll see you soon. Bye.